The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hola! Welcome to Open Friday, your favorite talk show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche, every Friday morning. Let's take a look at what's in store for today's show. First up, our Open Weekend Preview has some interesting events for you to get out and enjoy. Then we'll find out about a benefit concert for the great Latin jazz musician Dave Valentin taking place at the Hosto Center for the Arts and Culture. Next, we sit down with Kiki Melendez as she shares the details of her new docu-comedy, Journey of a Female Comic. After that, Bobby C. gives us the latest in the world of sports with his weekly roundup. And finally, in our Open Artist Spotlight, we'll hear the songs from a Brooklyn-based artist who prides himself on bringing nature-inspired music to an urban setting. So sit back, relax, all this and more is coming your way, because now we are officially open. Hello and welcome to Open. I'm Rina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour. You know, we're always inviting you to get social with us online. Tweet us at BronxNet TV and like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. Of course, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and FB at Rina Valentin. And we're going to get right into the exciting events out there for you to get out and do in today's Open Weekend Preview. First up, it's Caridad de la Luz in La Consulta, the consultation. Come see Caridad de la Luz, a.k.a. La Bruja, in this special one-night only concert where she will explore the spiritual consultation between mother and daughter throughout the generations. La Bruja is especially collaborating with her mother, Nitza de la Luz, so you don't want to miss out on this spiritual journey. The performances are taking place on Saturday. It's only one night. It's happening Saturday, June 28th at 8 p.m. at Pregones Theater, located on 575 Walton Avenue in the Bronx. And for more information, you can visit pregonestheater.org or call 718-585-1202. Next up for you to enjoy is Para Ti, a benefit concert for Dave Valentin. Hosto Center for the Arts and Culture will be hosting this concert for the great Latin jazz musician Dave Valentin, who has been recovering from a stroke since 2012. Come out and enjoy an evening filled with live music from legends such as Eddie Palmieri, Bobby Sanabria, Arturo O'Farrill, Papo Vasquez, Valerie Capers, and that was just to name a few. There are many more. The benefit concert is happening Tuesday, July 1st at 7:30 p.m. in the main theater at Hosto Center for the Arts and Culture, which is located on 450 Grand Concourse off of 149th Street in the Bronx. And for more information, you can visit their website at hostos.cuny.edu/culturearts, or you can call 718-518-4455. And finally, we have the 8th annual Rock, Stock, and Barrels Festival. Come have some fun in the sun at Rockaway Beach this weekend. Be sure to bring your skateboards as well as your surfboards and enter the contests that are happening in the newly built community skate park. Funds from the festival will be going to repair the skates park the skate park, which was destroyed in Hurricane Sandy. So it's something nice for you to get out and enjoy some skating if you're into skateboarding. There's also going to be some great food, and you can do some shopping at the vendors and dance to some awesome music. So this is all taking place on Saturday, June 28th from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. at 90th Street, Rockaway Beach, Far Rockaway in New York. And for more information about the Rock, Stock, and Barrels Festival, you can visit their website, rockstocknyc.com. And that is what we have for you to do. There's some fun events for you to get out and check out this weekend. So make sure you get out and enjoy the beautiful weather. And now, well, it's time to have a chat with my BAFG. That's my best animated fitness guru, Gail. Darling, are you there? Did you hear about the fireworks that are going to take place at Orchard Beach tonight?
I did hear about that.
You-
So awesome.
All right. So, are you ready to start celebrating with some fireworks?
I am always ready to start with some fireworks. In fact, I start every day with fireworks in the bathroom.
In the bathroom? Oh my gosh, that's a little too much information. And
Jokes, all jokes.
I know it's all jokes. I only wonder what you do in the bathroom.
Well, I have to put on my face and take a shower and whatever.
And-
Anyway, so fireworks tonight at 6 o'clock. It's going to be awesome. Sponsored by State Senator Jeff Klein and Bronxborough President Ruben Diaz Jr.
Correct.
And they do it every year, and it's going to be so cool. Who doesn't like fireworks on the beach? And you can have, your own drinks and a blanket. It'll be great.
Yeah.
And rain or shine.
It is rain or shine, and it is a free event, and it's happening tonight, Friday, June 27th, between 6 and 10 p.m. in our beautiful Bronx Riviera, Orchard Beach.
Oh, yeah.
And as you mentioned, it is being presented by New York State Senator Jeff Klein and the Bronxborough President Ruben Diaz Jr. We appreciate them for making sure that there's a boardwalk celebration here in the BX with live music and
BX
children
all
entertainment
day.
all day. And there's going to be some Zumba happening there.
Zumba.
Yeah.
I'm ready to Zumba. Zumba, 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 Zumba.
Well, Zumba is the new thing to getting fat. So I just
That's
thought I'd
right.
mention that since you and I always have conversations about, different
Look at me
ways.
go. I'm Zumbaing. Look at me go.
Let me see. Oh my goodness, you are looking fabulous with your Zumba. One day I think you and I need to Zumba together. What do you think about that?
I don't know if you can keep up with me.
You're right.
My
Because
Zumba skills are off the chart.
are they? Can you give me a little demonstration?
No, because then you're going to have to go home and practice. I don't want to make you feel bad.
Oh my goodness, you're doing the wardrobe changes like this again. Oh, love that.
My dresser is awesome.
I love that dress. What is that? Roses on the bottom?
It is a rose.
I just love that you have the ability to just do wardrobe changes in like a snap of a finger.
Absolutely. Why shouldn't I?
No effort, no lifting arms, no.
You know what the people don't see is that I have like a bunch of people that come on, take a shirt off and put one back on, like on Broadway.
I gotta say,
Don't ruin the illusion.
I'm not. I was just gonna say, I wonder what world you live in, because I'm like, really, wow, I didn't see that either.
Exactly. They're so fast. It happened in a blink of an eye. Like gremlins.
I always love having you on, and the truth is that this is a celebratory week, right? We've got, and so with the fireworks kicking off tonight at Orchard Beach.
Oh, yeah.
I was just wondering, like, what are you going to do for the actual 4th of July?
On the actual 4th of July, I think I need to go see a doctor again. Well, I've been having a little issues with some jiggles and glitches, so my father/mentor is taking me into the shop.
Okay. Well, it's okay. There's so much other, technical stuff that's going on that it's completely understandable.
I
during
need
this
to
time.
do my hair like yours.
You like it?
I think I want to have a Shirley Temple, too.
Yeah. Well, then I guess we'll be rocking Shirley Temples together after.
Ow!
And maybe drinking some Shirley Temples too.
Oh, that's no fun.
I know. But, I have a daughter now, so, got to get
she
down
can
with the
drink
program.
Shirley Temple.
I know, but, the do as you want done. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'll drink for both of us.
Sounds like a plan, honey. Hopefully I'll see you tonight at the Orchard Beach.
Oh, I'll be there.
Oh, I can't wait to see.
In your mind.
And where would you be exactly in Orchard Beach?
In your mind.
In my mind. Oh, what am I thinking? All right, Gail. Happy 4th of July celebration, darling.
Happy 4th.
Oh, my goodness. I got to tell you, I always have a great time talking to Gail. Once again, thanks to Gail. It's always chatting. It's always fun chatting with her. And we do have to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. Because when we return, we're going to meet the people behind the Para Ti concert for Dave Valentin. So stay tuned.
Jimmy can't sing,
And Tommy can't dance.
so we're gonna put some ants in their pants.
Kids will spend 22 minutes watching us, the super duper party troopers, singing about ants in their pants.
Isn't that funny? Ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants, they got ants in their pants.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. That ember can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where that ember will land. Only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how you can help protect your community from wildfires.
Live with a human for a while, and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she does strange tricks for no treats. But the one thing I will never, for the life of me, know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Hello and welcome back to Open. On Tuesday, July 1st, Hostos Center for the Arts and Culture will be hosting a benefit concert for the Grammy Award-winning Latin jazz flutist Dave Valentin, who suffered a stroke back in 2012 and has since been unable to perform. The concert hall will be filled with the music of other jazz legends as they raise money to help with Valentin's medical and living expenses. And here to tell us more about this benefit concert is Dave Valentin's manager, Richie Bonilla, and benefit co-organizer, Bill Aguado. Hello and welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I know I gave a lot of information regarding the actual event. However, just the fact that so many people have come together to coordinate this event, let's just share with everybody the importance of just really community and coming together and everything that Dave has done and why this is being done for him.
Well, I think, what happened to Dave, and it's happening to other Latino artists in our community, is a lack of health care, a lack of access to support systems, and more importantly, it's a lack of access to resources. This is not unusual, and as our generation, Richie's generation, my generation, start getting older, where are the benefits? If it wasn't for Richie helping so many artists, Dave in this instance, Bob Sancho at Bronx Lebanon Hospital, and Wedco Housing for helping find housing for Dave. It's a community, but there isn't a policy. Right. And major funding, resources going to Manhattan, to the major artists. But what happens to standard bearers of our community legacy, our Latino legacy, or our Puerto Rican legacy? Those are the issues. We're here to promote the concert, to help with David with additional financial resources. But beyond that, what do we do for our community?
This is a really valid point with regards to artists and health care and just really having access to the health benefits as artists. And so before we go further into that, Richie, if you could just share with us a little bit about what Dave must be going through at this time. I mean, I couldn't imagine what it must feel like to just have this craft that you're so excellent at doing and presenting and being so world-renowned, and then not being able to do it.
Well, it's a very stressful situation for Dave, to say the least. Dave is a Grammy nominee. He's a Grammy winner. Traveled all over the world. He performed in 6 continents, and then all of a sudden, just to not be able to perform his craft. And he's a very unique musician also, because prior to Dave Valentine, the flute was never used as a major melody instrument in Latin jazz. Well, always piano player, saxophone, trumpet, and Dave brought that flute to the forefront in Latin jazz. He's also Hall of Fame artist, and just I love artists all over the world, and that's their lifeline, performing for audiences and interacting with the audience and on a daily basis. Now, after the stroke, he finds himself by himself. He wasn't living in good living conditions. That generation of musicians never planned for a rainy day. The money was coming in, so
they just spent it as it came in.
They thought it was never going to stop
Right,
coming in. They didn't
right.
invest. They didn't save. A lot of musicians of that era
Right.
did the same, and then all of a sudden he was performing in Indianapolis, and on stage he got the stroke, and everything just came to a screeching stop. It was.
Wow. Okay. And that was in 2012, and here we are in 2014. And from what I understand, he's in a better place. He lives in a better place as far as his residence. And now, as I mentioned earlier, the community is coming together to assist him during this process. Now, even though this is a benefit concert to assist that process, like where does it go from there?
Well, the hope is, and I was talking to Richie about it just before coming on here, is to create a trust where we can fundraise for and get donations for, and people can leave as part of their estate that will be for the Latino artists, not just the musician, but the actor, the poet, the visual artist. So many of our generation who have inspired younger artists who are younger artists who are making it and may not have the same issues that our generation had. The trust, it has to be created, or some sort of mechanism has to be created that allows us to provide assistance in a meaningful way to our artists, our Generation X, our Gen X artists, especially for the artists from the Bronx.
You know, and the beauty of Dave Valentine, this is a great idea. And I'm sure, I have no doubt, that you are going to make sure that happens. And the fact that it's Dave Valentine that's actually making this happen, right? Because he's been so generous with his time, with his contributions. And when a person is such a way, then of course, it's reciprocated. And whether it's through organizations or organizers or individuals, the idea is that, in some way that let's resolve this matter. And I'm saying Dave Valentine because he has a lot of big people coming to sing for him.
Right.
I mean, not just sing, to play for him, to just present for him.
Yeah, well, he done the same for others. He always was as his manager. Whatever fundraiser was important, he'd be there. And if anything that had to involve with children, workshops in the schools and all that, he never charged. He always donated his time. And I want to express the importance that the people step up and come to this concert, because Dave's situation is bad. He was paralyzed on the right side, and he lost his speech. And now with the therapy, he regained about 85% of his speech, and he walks somewhat. And he's a long way from recovering. And
But this whole thing is hopeful, and that's the beauty of it. I hear you, and I can see in your eyes that it makes you want to cry because this is somebody you've been managing for so many years, and my heart goes out to you and to him and to everyone that's listening. You know, the idea is that this concert is to bring everybody together to, you know, just try and make this preventative in some form. I mean, obviously, health-wise, we can't, but just the fact that this even has to happen.
But you know, it's concerts like this don't happen by accident. If Ostos Community College did not donate their space, which is rare, from the back end, from the tech side to the front, the box office. Once I got Ostos involved, I went to Richie. Once Richie was involved, we went to our sponsors, Bob Sancho. We all know each other, and we came together for this. This is important.
And so the concert, just in case people are not aware, is being held in the main theater. And I say that because the main theater seats 1,000 people or something like that, and you're almost full, right?
Well, we're now going up to the balcony, and all the proceeds, every single proceed goes to Dave's benefit.
Okay, are there any last words you want to leave everybody with?
Yes, those that cannot make the show, hopefully they'll be interested in making a contribution towards this situation.
And just share with everyone some of the artists that are going to be presenting. I mentioned a lot of them earlier, but I didn't get to mention them all. Because, you have Bobby Sanabria, you have Arturo O'Farrell, you have Papo Vasquez, I said Valerie Capers, Eddie Palmieri.
Yeah. Also, I want to mention, if they have anyone that has any further interest or questions that they want answered, they could, I could be reached at richibonilla.com, and I'm open to maybe somebody other than monetary or donation. Maybe they have ideas how they could help improve Dave's situation. So I'm open to all kinds of suggestions.
Thank you.
If I have the time, a little Dave anecdote. 20 years ago, he comes back from Asia. He's in Tokyo, and he shows me and a couple of others that in the elementary school years in Japan, the curriculum includes Latin jazz. And we can't even get that in the Bronx, in New York City, the home of Latin jazz, the home of Dave Valentine. But they knew Dave Valentine, and you know that just as well.
Yeah. We're trying to get Dave out of the state of depression he is, because he was a very, very funny guy. He was proud of being raised in the Bronx and being a Puerto Rican, and everywhere he traveled, because there's Puerto Ricans all over the world. Everywhere he goes, he knows there's going to be some Puerto Ricans there. So he always opened his show. He started talking that he's from the Bronx. And then he said, are there any Puerto Ricans in the house? And you will hear scattered applause. Yeah. So he would say, security.
And there's going to be a lot of Puerto Ricans on July 1st, that's for sure. Thank you guys so much for coming here and sharing these words about Dave Valentine, about the concert. I'm going to share with everyone the details of the concert. Thank you, Richie Bonilla, Bill Aguado, for just being the advocates that you're and the activists and making sure that we artists are taken care of here in the Bronx. All right, once again, the benefit concert for Dave Valentine will be on Tuesday, July 1st at 7:30 p.m. at the Main Theater at Hostos Center for the Arts and Culture, located on 450 Grand Concourse in the Bronx. For more information, you can call 718-518-4455, or you can visit hosto.cuny.edu/culturearts. We do have to take a quick break, but when we return, we sit down with a Latina comedian who tells us all about her docu-comedy that's screened in this year's Dominican Film Festival. But first, let's get a preview of the next episode of Rena Gets Lean, The Final Frontier. I gotta go over the tree, okay?
I got the shot.
Got it?
Yes, I do. What the hell?
Did it!
Yo!
Prepárate, it's the Hunger Games BX style at Van Cortlandt Trails. In the next episode of Rena Gets Lean.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Aww. did you pick that up? Oh, you're such a dork, loser. Here, let me help you with that. Oops.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Oh, look. Your crush is looking at you. Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how.
See, no one here's gonna help you, because no one
Teach
likes
your
you.
kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush, brush. Every day and every night. Brush, 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 brush. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. You can have your toothbrush and a toothbrush, brushy, brush your teeth. 2 shots, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard.
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why stab me with it? No.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Hello and welcome back to Open. You know we're always inviting you to get social with us. Don't forget to tweet us at BronxNet TV and at Rina Valentin. And so we're going to talk a little bit about the journey of a female comic. Yeah, it's a docu-comedy about the life of a Latina woman and her quest to take Hollywood by storm. And here to share more about her successful road to Hollywood is Kiki Melendez. Welcome to the show, hermana.
¿Cómo estás, manita? So happy to be here.
We're happy to have you here. Thank you for
Congratulations on all the years of being here on BronxNet. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
We got to do the journey of Rina Valentin now.
That sounds good. You can be the producer. Well done. That's how we do sisterhood.
That's how
baby.
we do it.
Yeah, that's how we do it. But no, we're here to talk about you and your journey. And, you know, we can share with everyone. We've known each other for very many years. And I've actually been to California, stayed in her house.
We produced the show
Yeah,
together.
we produced the show in California, Latinas on PMS. And she stayed with me. And the truth is that this journey of artistry is an ongoing journey. And the beauty that you've been able to capture of just putting it into a film docu-comedy is...
It took me 5 years and all my jewelry. I had to sell all my jewelry.
And I bet you're not. I bet that's not a joke. I know we're laughing,
My
but
husband hid my engagement ring because he knew it was going to the pawn shop. But yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of work. I mean, 5 years. I went to Dominican Republic. I, started there, going back to when I was a kid and where I came from. And one of the things that I learned from my movie is like we're always not happy with where we're at. We're just always sort of ungrateful because we want more. We always imagine bigger things. And by going back to where I came from, it just made me really grateful to where I'm at right now. And that's what I love, what the movie did for me as I discovered myself basically through the project. And
that's awesome. That's awesome. And I just want to say, I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. I've been, we're 3,000 miles away, but we're able to at least be in each other's lives, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the fact that you have actually chosen to just share this story of humility, right? And just your humble roots. And you're doing so well with it on top of everything else.
People love it because, the truth is, I was raised by a single mother in New York City, and then it's like, what made me think I could go to Hollywood and make my dreams come true? And I went with Hollywood with literally like $200 and a credit card that my mother gave me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, right? Because you originate from Washington Heights here in New York, right?
Yes.
And then you just decided one day to go to California.
No,
Okay,
no,
so
no.
how did that happen?
It wasn't that.
Tell me how this happened.
No, my mother left Washington Heights when I was about 12 or 13. We went to North Miami Beach, Florida. I studied there. I went to college, and she made a deal with me. She said, if you finish college, you can do whatever you want, but you need to finish 4 years of college for me. So we made a deal. So I went to FAU, I studied psychology, and then I told her, I go, Mom, I'm done. I did what you wanted me to do. Now I got to do what I have to do. And she gave me her credit card, you know, and I had like $200, and I just took off to come here to New York again. And I went to Lee Strasberg, and then after Lee Strasberg, I went to Los Angeles. So everybody has that journey, you know, the mom, the single mom, the immigrant parents that come here like to give their kids a better life. And that's why people are loving the movie, because it's their story.
That's awesome. And so how long have you been in California now?
I've been there, God, I can't even count. I freaked out the other day when I tried to figure it out, but I think I've been there since 1997. How long is that?
Yeah, that's a good, yeah.
A long time.
Yeah, we can say a long time. We'll just generalize it.
I was like, no. And some people in LA are going, I saw you in 1996. I go, I wasn't here then.
You know, I saw the trailer of your film, and I'm actually going to see the film tonight.
You better.
Of course I'm going. You know, ya me regañaron. They're like, wait a minute. Okay, yo estoy aquí in New York in the flesh. You come to see it. But yeah, well, I'm going to be there with you tonight. But what I wanted to share with everyone is how the film is doing so well. It's actually at the AMC Theater.
Empire 25 for the second limited engagement. We were here about 2 weeks ago. It did really great. And then I came back for the Dominican Film Festival, and I'm reopening tonight. And I'm going to be there to do a Q&A at the 7:15 show, which I think we're selling out. And then the 9:15 show, I'll be there today and tomorrow. And then I head back to Los Angeles. But the film will be here till July 3rd at AMC Theaters, Empire 25, which, by the way, is the #1 theater in the world. I don't know if you guys knew that you have the #1 theater in the world. But also what's great about this is that I distributed the film. So it was independently made and independently distributed, which is historical for the United States of America.
That's really...
For a woman.
For a woman, a Latina woman at that.
Yeah,
So
but no woman has distributed independently.
And you did a great job, right? Because look,
I feel I did good. I mean, I didn't have a lot of funding. Like, you know, Spider-Man had $389 million in marketing funds. I had the love of the people. That's all I had. La boca grande, todos los latinos.
It worked.
I had the big mouths.
It seems to be working.
Yeah, everybody's been really great about, you know, sharing the information and supporting it. So I'm really grateful.
Yeah, and you know the reason I brought it up is because Armando was on last week, or maybe the week before, Armando from the Dominican Film Festival, and he mentioned how you pulled this out to actually feature it in the Dominican Film Festival, and now it's going back into the theater. So I was like, wow, that's a lot of like moving and shaking you're doing there.
Well, you know, the thing is, I really, it was such a dream for me to like grow up in Washington Heights and then to kind of come back with a film. You know, it was just an amazing feeling to be able to do that, because I wanted my people, you know, to be inspired and for them to sit there and say, oh my gosh, she came from like here, and here I am watching a film. And so that's one of the reasons I wanted to come back. I really wanted my people to know me, and I wanted to show them that they can do it. And that's why, you know, people love the film, because it's very inspiring. They really relate to it. They know that that's them up there, you know?
And you know what's also I just want to share with everyone is that while you've been in LA, you've obviously associated yourself with, I guess, what people would say like are A-list celebrities, right?
Oh, that's right. We have like Isai Morales, Edward James Olmos, Nadine Velasquez, Jacob Vargas, Maria Conchita Alonso, the late Lupe Ontiveros. It was her last interview.
Really?
In this
Before
film.
she passed?
I had no idea she was sick when I was interviewing her. She looked so beautiful. I was shocked when the family called me. I was with her on the day she passed away. I was by her bedside with her family. And I was just really shocked. I didn't expect that to happen at all. She looked so beautiful. And so it was funny because I always wanted her to, every time I write a script, I write a big part for Lupe, you know? And so I was just grateful that I was able to put her in this movie. It made me so grateful.
You know, it was so funny. I think I saw a clip where Isai Morales is like, oh, every time I want to step out, she pulls me back in.
Little does he know, I'm going to pull him back in when I get back. Yeah, you know, everybody really got who I was, you know, because it's so funny. Like Jacob Vargas says, Kiki's always got something in production, you know, she's always, and it's true. It's like I go from one thing to another without even taking a breath, you know, and another person is like, she doesn't stop until she gets what she wants, you know, like I will call and call and call until I get, you know, until I get the right answer, you know.
But the beauty of it is that, you know, if somebody doesn't do it for you, you make sure it gets done. And that within itself is admirable.
Yeah.
So I congratulate you.
You have to do it yourself. I mean, we're living in a world where you know, it's no more like, oh, I'm going to walk down the street and be discovered. And, you know, nobody has time or money to put into you. And if that's a mistake that people go to Hollywood thinking they're going to find somebody that's going to make them. And nobody has time for that anymore. So you have to make it yourself. You have to figure out what your story is and put it out there.
And that's exactly what you did with this film, The Journey of a Female Comic. So this
Tonight at AMC Theaters all the way until July 3rd. But I need everyone to come out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's when it counts. And I'll be there tonight and tomorrow.
Tonight and tomorrow doing a Q&A.
Yes.
So they can even meet you in person.
Yep.
All right. And thank you for coming through.
Thank you for your support, Manita.
Of course. Always, always, always. Once again, Kiki Melendez, Journey of a Female Comic. It opens June 27th tonight with a limited run till July 3rd at AMC Empire 25, located at 234 West 42nd Street in New York. And for tickets, you can visit amctheaters.com. And for more information on Kiki, you can go to kikikiss.com. All right, we have to take a quick break, but stay tuned for Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup.
Mom, can we get some ice cream? Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities. To ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete, or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give. Advocate. Volunteer.
Live United. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
This is Bobby C. reporting from Times Square, where the future of the NBA was on display this week at media availability for the NBA draft at the Westin. We got a chance to catch up with some of the prospects. Take a look. The big debate for this year's NBA draft centered around two prospects, Jabari Parker and Andrew Wiggins, both of which were just excited about the chance to realize their NBA dreams.
I'm ready, you know, it's been a dream since I was young, you know, so I'm ready to get everything started.
The day of is going to be a really good, surreal experience because I'm going to have family and friends that get a chance to live that moment with me, and I'm very excited.
Locally, it was all about the point guards. Two up-and-coming point guards out of Syracuse and UConn. We caught up with both of them, Shabazz Napier and Tyler Ennis.
I've just been trying to enjoy myself and my family, going out to eat and just relaxing with them, you know, getting my mind off everything. So I really have it, but it'd definitely be a special feeling.
It's a great experience, my dream come true, and I have my family here with me to experience with. So, and on top of that, I have some good friends that are also in the draft, and it's going to be good to all, see our dream come true.
And you can't forget about the nation's top scorer and arguably a guy who may be the most athletic player in the draft. Here's Doug McDermott and Marcus Smart.
It's a lot of excitement, a lot of nerves, just because a lot of us don't know where we're going to go, and we're a day away from it right now, and I still couldn't tell you where I'm going to go. So it's pretty crazy. It's going to be special. Everything's meant to be. So that's kind of the way I'm trying to look at it.
I've enjoyed all of it. Definitely. The traveling from east to west coast has been a big burden on you, but you enjoy that. This is a thing that only happens once in a lifetime, and I'm blessed. So I thank God every day that I have the opportunity to do this.
Kansas star Andrew Wiggins went number 1 at Cleveland, and Duke's Jabari Parker went number 2 to Milwaukee, as many had projected. Meanwhile, closer to home, the Knicks made some headlines this week. First, Phil Jackson swung a 6-player deal with Dallas that shipped out Tyson Chandler and Ray Felton and brought in solid point guard Jose Calderon and others, along with 2 draft picks, which the Knicks used on Thursday night at the Barclays. The Knicks also grabbed Wichita State's Cleanthony Early with the 34th pick. The 6'7" small forward may be a steal. He grew up in the Bronx and went to high school in Middletown and later played at Sullivan Community College. The host Brooklyn Nets came into the evening without a draft pick following last summer's spending spree that included deals for Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. But before the evening was over, the Nets purchased the 44th pick from Minnesota for a reported $1 million. Brooklyn then selected Oklahoma State guard Markel Brown. Brown will provide some depth behind Darren Williams and Joe Johnson. The team also worked out Fordham guard Brendan Frazier during the week. Leading up to the draft, he could be a player for their camp as an undrafted free agent. In other Nets news, the team revealed plans to build a state-of-the-art $45 million practice facility, which will be called Hospital for Special Surgery Training Center. The facility, which is located at Industry City, in the Sunset Park section of Brooklyn, is expected to be ready for use in 2015-16. To the soccer pitch, where Team USA is alive and well in the round of 16 despite falling 1-0 Thursday to Germany. The Americans advanced to face Belgium on Tuesday. In other World Cup news, Uruguay's Luis Suarez has been banned for 9 international matches after being found guilty of biting a player on the Italian team. Well, that really bites. To the baseball diamond, the New York Yankees had a weekend of celebrations in the Bronx. We turn back the clock to Saturday, where the Bombers honored Tino Martinez with a plaque in Monument Park. Let's take a look.
All right, so he said, where do you want to go? I said, the Cubs are the team, the Padres, and the Yankees. And I said, man, I'd love to go to New York. I knew Donnie was retiring, and all that stuff. And spring training was to be the first year in Tampa, where I'm from, and I thought, well, that'd be a great situation. And I knew they had a great team coming back. All the guys were there that we beat in the playoffs were all coming back with O'Neill and Bernie, and I knew what kind of guys they were. At the time, I had to agree to a contract with the Yankees before the trade would be done. If I couldn't agree to a contract, I wouldn't have got traded to the Yankees. So I went into that meeting, I told my agent, whatever they give me, we're taking.
It was just an amazing group of players, and Tino was his first year over there, same as myself, and of course he had to go out there and play the position that Donnie Baseball was so good at and such a big favorite here. And he struggled early, only because he wanted it so bad and he wanted to impress, because he certainly wanted to earn his money, and Tino was right in the middle of it. A lot of times he didn't think he helped the ball club as much as we all knew he did.
The Yanks then welcomed in the old-timers on Sunday and also got a chance to honor Goose Gossage in Monument Park. The all-time great closer and Hall of Famer was celebrated the way Tino had been a day before. We caught up with some of your favorite players afterwards for their thoughts on Old-Timers Day. Take a look.
My years, you get a chance to see a lot of the ex-Yankees. For now, it's a lot of ex-teammates, so it's a fun day for me to be a part of it. And I always like to go out there and talk to the guys and catch up. A lot of the guys you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it's special, being able to see those guys and kind of sit down and talk with them for a little bit and, just appreciate what they've been through to establish the tradition that, that is the Yankees today, and, definitely a special day.
It's just one of those days. We've been swinging the bats pretty well the last, 5 or 10 games and scoring some runs, but just couldn't do it the last 2 days.
You're playing good teams. You're going to have to play good in order to win. So, the Baltimore's tough. We're going to see an awful lot of them over the remainder of the season. So, we've been playing well. They pitched well against us the last couple of days. So it's.
New York lost both Saturday and Sunday and then dropped the first 2 games of its road trip in Toronto on Monday and Tuesday before bouncing back on Wednesday in a 5-3 win. The Yankees are back in the Bronx this weekend to welcome the rival Boston Red Sox. Across town, the Mets wrapped up their home schedule for the month of July on Wednesday night. They split a mini 2-game series with Oakland, but showed some signs of putting their offense together. We were out at the ballpark for a 10-1 win on Tuesday and then the 10-1 win on Tuesday and the 8-5 loss on Wednesday, where the Mets rallied a bit before falling to the powerhouse A's. The Mets started a road trip on Thursday in Pittsburgh and came up short in a 5-2 loss. They will look to rebound this weekend against the Pirates. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. Yankees captain Derek Jeter turned 40 this week. A happy 4-0 to Jeets. Knicks star Carmelo Anthony opted out of his contract, and now the race is on for his services. Knicks can still pay top dollar. LeBron James opts out in Miami, and we'll have to see about the future of the Big Three in South Beach. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for some kudos to the NBA and a young man that has the right outlook on life. Our Bronx-Net cameras turn to the Barclays Center on Thursday night for the annual NBA draft. The highlight of the evening certainly belonged to Isaiah Austin, who was projected to be a second-round pick this year before a medical condition forced him to call his pro career quits. Austin just found out about his diagnosis, and the condition forced him to end his career before it even got started. He was visibly emotional last night as the NBA and new commissioner Adam Silver did something extremely classy, and that's announce Austin as a draft pick. He came out, donned an NBA cap, and got a chance to come up to the podium. Austin had the line of the night, saying that God truly blessed him, open quote, because he could have continued to play basketball, but instead, he saved my life, close quote. Don't worry about Austin. Although he didn't completely realize his NBA dream, he has jobs lined up in the league, and reportedly his health is okay. A positive outlook for a young man that could have done otherwise. Kudos to the NBA and Mr. Austin on a great night for the league. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. Stay with us. More Open coming right back after this.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're going to be hanging out a little bit more.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything...
It is I, Cruz Zinkerbell. Okay, time for cake.
It's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Hello and welcome back to Open. Sit back and get ready for some acoustic rhythms. It's now time for our Open Artist Spotlight.
The Open Artist Spotlight is made possible in part with public funds from the Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
And bass singer-songwriter, originally from Connecticut, working his acoustic rhythms and melodic vocals into the New York City scene. Please welcome Will Leet.
Thank you very much for having me.
Alien Nation, come entertain. So I've been up and out all night, I'm trying to reinvent my name. So I got a feeling it'd work out if I just went my own way. So Alien Nation, come entertain. Drive slowly into the currency and start to hit the waves. Once you started something, you can't go back, and all will be in vain. Come entertain us all with your songs all night long. My mind starts to crawl for a new line, but I can't find it, so Alien Nation, come entertain. Alien Nation, I wanna be you. Alien Nation. Alien Nation, I wanna be you. Ooh, yeah. Oh, you come entertain them all. They're phony guys, you hear their lies, so they won't make it far with borrowed rhymes on their father's dime. So Alien Nation, come entertain. Drive slowly into the currency and start to hit the waves. Once you started something, you can't go back, all will be in vain. Oh. Thanks.
We'll lead everyone.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. Now, let's just share with everyone a little bit about your journey coming from Connecticut to Brooklyn to being here in the BX this morning.
To be here. So, yeah, I moved to Brooklyn about 6 months ago or so, and moved down here to pursue music, and it's been going well so far. I started off busking in the street, just playing for tips, and I ended up getting a gig at a hotel in Times Square 3 nights weekly. And at that gig, someone took a video of me with the hashtag NYC artist, and that's how that led me to you today.
Nice. Well, we're happy to have you here. And what I would like to learn a little bit more about is how nature inspires you, and if being from Connecticut contributes to that.
Yeah, well, I grew up in a pretty rural section of Connecticut, so definitely I feel most myself and at home when I'm like out in the woods, and I definitely feel like I draw a lot of inspiration from my music in that too. My family, we always used to take camping trips, and whether it was in the White Mountains of New Hampshire or out west in the Canyonlands, I would feel like the creative juices going when I was out in those areas. And
So how long have you been doing this?
I've been playing music since I was 12 years old, and I'm 23 now, so about 10 years or so. Yeah.
And so how do you design your music? Do you actually just explore while you're playing?
Yeah, I really just kind of sit down. Sometimes I'll have an idea ahead of time, but other times I'll just sit down and see what happens.
And other times you just say that. So how many
Yeah.
do you have under your belt since?
How many songs?
Yes.
I have about 30 songs or so, I would say.
Nice. And are you recorded?
Yeah, I have a few recordings online on some of the links that I shared with you guys. But yeah, so.
And so where do you see yourself going from here?
At this point, one of the main reasons I moved to the city was to collaborate with a lot of other musicians. And I feel like that's the best path for me. Collaborating, whether it's producers or other singers and songwriters, I feel like that'll help me get to the next plateau. And I'm already meeting a bunch of people. I just joined a band where I'm more of a lead guitarist. And I do like the folk singer-songwriter stuff too on my own. But yeah, just trying to do any opportunities I can here.
Well, we're happy to have you here on air. And of course, if anybody's interested in listening to your music, where would they go?
You would go to soundcloud.com/Will Leets, and that's with a Z at the end. It's kind of strange, but yeah, the link should be up there somewhere.
Are you going to play us out today?
Yeah, I'll play you guys out.
All right, awesome. We look forward to hearing that. And once again, for more on Will, you can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Will Leets Music, and check out his SoundCloud at .com/Will Leets with a Z at the end. All right, so I'm going to just say goodbye to you all, even though I hate doing that. That is our show today. Thanks to all our guests for coming through and to your viewers for tuning in. Be sure to check out the Recablecast tonight and throughout the weekend here on BronxNet 24 hours a day. And at BronxNet.org. And, of course, don't forget to tune in on Monday for Open Monday edition with Bob Lee. And I'm Rena Valentin. And from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide peace, prosperity, y amor. Mwah. Adios, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks.
Trying to keep quiet when you sleep, 'cause I'm thinking of plans I don't want you to see. They're just for me. Waiting up all night for my subconscious to take over and decide what's right for me. It's too soon to see. Just trying to stall you, would you forget it all? You put her dreams above yours, would you settle for this song? Yeah, when I'm alone I take to the streets with no direction in mind, just to pass the time. But you still get scared when it's dark and you know not to wander too far from home. Oh, oh, oh. 'Cause she's trying to stall you, but you forget it all. Yeah. You put her dreams above yours, but you settle for this song. Yeah. She's trying to stall you, but you forget it all. Oh yeah, you put her dreams above yours, but you settle for this song.
Thank you so much.
For those natural acoustics on our Friday.